So what I'd like to do now is let's just have a little audio-visual aid here and enjoy.
Tango Papa, I've got your smoke. Where do you want the fire brush?
In this dirty old part of the city where the sun refused to shine, people tell me there ain't no use in trying. Now my girl, you're so young and pretty, and one thing I know is true: if you're dead before your time is due, I know. Watch my daddy in bed and crying, watch his hair been turning gray. He's been working and slaving his life away. Oh yes, I know. He's been working so hard.
Okay, well, special thanks to our volunteers and Rob Graham and his team. If you could please join me in thanking them. They are also preserving the legacy through their works, their interviews, and their gaming and their donations to the SOA. All right. When I got assigned up to CCN Task Force 1 Advisory Element, there were truly a lot of legends there in Recon Company. The Recon Company commander was Larry Manus, First Sergeant Billy Waugh, and J.D. Bath, and a fellow 1-0 and longtime friend, Eldon Bargewell, who took time to help me out and even lent me his cut-down RPD for a mission, but Eldon said I had to bring back the links. They were in short supply. I never could figure out how I was going to pick the links up after I fired them and trying to get out to an LZ, but I told him I'd try. Others, you'll see in a photo up there, Recon Company, for I don't know how many weeks after every 1-0 meeting in the morning, First Sergeant would always say, we're going to get a picture of Recon Company. Never could get everybody because you'd have some teams off at launch sites, you'd have some teams standing down, teams on missions, and I think I have at least 3 of these pictures. But if you look, Mel Wick is in the center, in the top row. My good friend and 1-1, Frank Pulley, who I owe so much to, is on the far left. We had Andre B. Smith, Ray Fobar here from RT Louisiana and RT North Carolina, Don Murphy, who later went up there and again helped us in Covey, Pappy Wells, Pappy Jones, Dave Sparling, Tony Dodge from Sante, and many more were shown in these photos. My very, very special friend Doug Miller, who I met at Longton later, remained a close friend until his passing, and tonight we're blessed to have Danielle with us, which is always so special. Thank you, Danielle. Later at 1-0 school at Longton, my instructor was Staff Sergeant Charles Hoot Gibson, who came from CCN. He taught me the ropes and the tips of the trade and was a wonderful instructor and a great soldier and mentor. He was killed in action near Kontum Airfield later by a sniper 26 May 1972 during the Easter Offensive. There's also the air crews who supported us. Covey, as everyone knows, was our lifeline, and the brave pilots from the 20th TAS, the Slicks, the Cobras, and the fixed wing. Then there is one Cobra pilot I never met, and after expending all ordnance, departed that cold, rainy day in the southern Ashaw, only to return later with no ammo, low on fuel, calling me on the radio to see if we were still there, saying he was going to make a solo dry run to push the NVA back who were closing on us and to buy us some time. A real hero. I never found out who he was, and you can ask Schwan about that day and how that Cobra came to save us. But to all of us, and to me, most special are our Indigenous team members. From RT Idaho, first, Do Tien Quang, who was there, by the way, with Tilt. Where are you at, Tilt? Who? You want to say anything about Quan? Okay. He was a legend and served with us in Schwan. He was the epitome of an effective recon man. We had Pham Khao Son, Trinh Viet Gua, Vu van Schwan, Hoa, Tran Viet Lan, Nguyen Van Vo, An Thong, and especially my close friend and brother, Vu van Schwan, who is with us here tonight, and his wife. So, welcome, Schwan. From RT Sidewinder, I had Tao, Dave Sparling, Bong, my friend who I'll always remember, Lahai, Kak, Amang, Nem, Manloy, now An, Tangwa. Bottom line is I owe my life to our team members, as I think most everyone here who ran Recon does. And what always has stayed with me is they never left Vietnam, as we all did. I was only in Vietnam for 1 year, 2 months, 14 months, and later a year in Cambodia in the final days. But our Indigenous team members stayed on. They were loyal to us. They were the continuity to each 1-0, and they were loyal to the United States, despite the odds against them after we withdrew and the North Vietnamese overran the South. So, as I mentioned, we're honored here tonight to have my last surviving team member from RT Idaho, Schwan, who is accompanied by his wife, Mrs. Dang T. Schwan, and again, we'll hear from Schwan in a minute. Schwan reached out to me last year. I got an email out of the blue and told me he was alive and well, had a family, and from that day on, we stayed in touch. And then with the help of Rob and others and the SOA board and Doug, and then very special thanks to Mike and Sean Island, we got everything in order for them to come visit us. The visas were approved by the consulate office in Saigon, thanks to the support of Mike's friend, the American ambassador to Vietnam, Ambassador Mark Napper, and my new contact in Vietnam, the defense attaché. Mike and Sean also made sure that the funds from the SOA were transferred safely to Schwan and his wife for this trip. So first of all, special thanks to you all for making that happen. Thank you very much. I'd now like to ask Schwan to join me up here and to say a few remarks with Chan's assistance. If you would. Everybody here? There we go. Hey, brother. Okay. Chan, can you help us?
Yeah. Solid.
Thank you. Okay.
Hello. Greetings to everyone who registered here tonight. I am a son Vu, a member of the Green Beret. In 1970, I had the honor of serving at a CCN on the cost B-50 in the Bull Metro on the RT Hong Son. In the early 1971, I was transferred to CCN on cost FOB4 in Danang. I served on the RT Idaho until May 1972, when a short transfer responsibility for the mission to the Strategic Technical Department of the Republic of Vietnam. I got a transfer to Army Ranger, and I continued fighting until February 1975, when I was wounded on the Compton Front. I would like to sincerely thank Mr. Douglas Gosho, President of SOA, for inviting me and my wife to Athens, Shaw, on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of the shock, and for giving me the honor of the meeting up again with Major General Kenneth Bowra, my one-year-old on RT Idaho, for a reunion after 53 years apart. I would also like to thank you, Colonel Michael Island and his wife Chan, and others who enthusiastically have my wife and me here. This is an honorable event that we never doubt to think of attending. For me, one-year-old Ken is always legendary comrade in my heart. He was intelligent, brave, and courageous team leader who led our RT Idaho to the brink of death to the successfully complete all the difficult missions. Under his leadership, the team fought bravely many times to escape danger and return safely. I would also like to remember and show gratitude to more than 58,000 American soldiers, the looking our Green Berets who fought for the ideals of freedom and human rights with us and certificate their life in my homeland. Until now, they still lie in the mountains and the forests of the border of the Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, on the Ho Chi Minh Trail. I wish you all good health and all the best. I thank you and greet you warmly as a brother in arms. Thank you.
All right. You're not leaving. Okay, I got something for you.
Yes.
This is for you. We're proud of you.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you. I'd like to give Schwan something that I never would have achieved without him and the team. I'd like to give my beret, and this is from when I was CG of Special Forces Command, so I'm going to change berets.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Salute.
You're proud of you.
Okay.
Ooh, thank you. We did it.
Yeah, I'm very.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, Schwan and our indigenous troops were the heart and soul of MACV-SOG, and always will be in all of our hearts. And Schwan, thank you again, and all of those, our brothers who served with you. Thank you. Okay, Sam, you can put some slides up if you'd like. SOG's history and legacy is being preserved by those who write and tell our story. Special thanks to John Plaster, Jason Hardy, Tilt Meyer, Dick Thompson, Dan Thompson, Steve Sherman, all the other authors here that we honored the other day with your readings. And again, honorary SOA member Rob Graham and his team from Savage Games, who also continue to preserve the legacy, as I said before, through the history, interviews, and their games and donations. If you all could stand, please, I'd get all the authors up, please, and Rob and your team, so we could say thank you. Stand, where's the, Tilt, where are you at? Stand up, okay. John Plaster, are you standing? Dan, thank you. So, I like Winston Churchill, he's one of my heroes, and he once said, "There comes a time in every man's life when he is called upon to do something for which he, and only he, has the necessary skills and has the necessary training. What a pity if that moment finds the man unprepared." Well, those who served and those who supported SOG were more than prepared for those moments, just as our special forces are today. And again, to those serving today, Scott and all here, continue to build your legacy, adding to our history. There's Eldon's RPD, by the way, and I did bring some of the links back. Okay. Next. So I'd like to pay a tribute to Eldon and Marion. We're so happy that you're here today. The finest soldier, a friend, a mentor who took time to help me. And that was both of us in NATO. It couldn't have been any better when you have a friend who's coming in as your replacement. And Marion, that's in front of the farmhouse. Next. There's RT Idaho, and then there's Rob Graham's RT Idaho up ahead. Next. Okay, this is a message that I've carried around since 1975. I'll read it if you can't see it, because I've kept it with me in every command that I had and now at my home. From American Embassy, Saigon to Sec State. Plan to close Saigon approximately 0430 Saigon time, dependent on performance of military evacuation channels. Due to necessity to destroy commo gear, this is the last Saigon message to Sec State. Well, a longtime friend of mine wears a hat that says Vietnam. We weren't losing when I was there. I believe that says it best for all who served. We never were really defeated on the battlefield, and all serve with honor, dedication, and selfless service. Our nation won the Vietnam battle, if you look at it, in the Cold War victory. So thank you to you all who served there. Thank you. I appreciate your time, and again, what I wanted to do was to talk about everyone I wanted to give thanks to and I owed so much to. God bless you, your families, all our brothers who paid the ultimate sacrifice, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
How do you follow that?